Calisthenics being too easy is a popular myth. The average gym goer looks at bodyweight exercises as a joke. Don't confuse follow-along circuits with real calisthenics. Don't think endless reps are the only way to challenge yourself. Don't conflate beginners doing regressions as proof of this false belief. Before we start, smash the like button and let's learn about bodyweight strength. Technique should be flawless first and foremost. Are you using a full range of motion? Are you controlling the eccentric negative? Are you moving from the muscles with minimal momentum? Are you adding a pause at the end range? A common mistake is replacing quality for quantity. Doing more reps with worsening form negates the difficulty of calisthenics. People often lose sight of their technique in the name of doing more for the sake of it. Look around you. Most people lack intent. They're going through the motions with no effort. Don't let that be you. Embrace the discomfort and challenge yourself with strict technique to benefit most from bodyweight. Weighted calisthenics is the simplest way to go beyond easy bodyweight exercises. We no longer have to do 20 to 30 rep sets in order to feel something. Some people argue that weighted calisthenics is cheating. It's not purely bodyweight, bro. If someone gains a few kilos on a bulk and does calisthenics, is that cheating too? With added weight, we're still doing bodyweight training. We're still overcoming gravity by moving our body as a means of resistance. Weighted calisthenics allows complete control over the intensity of each exercise. If gaining strength is your goal, heavier weights and low reps is the recipe. If building muscle is important to you, opt for moderate weights because this is the optimal means of doing enough volume to grow. Weighted calisthenics combats the shortcomings of bodyweight, which becomes endurance work for stronger people. If you're someone prone to paralysis by analysis, weighted calisthenics is the antidote. Because there are only a handful of effective exercises to choose from, you're not going to waste time with indecisiveness or FOMO. Full range exercise in both the vertical and horizontal plane get the job done comprehensively. If you're progressing pushing and pulling, safe to say you're making gains. Expect to develop body mastery thanks to the surplus of relative and absolute strength gained. With the right load for your level and goals, weighted calisthenics is a respectable way to resistance train. Ring training is a foolproof way to amplify difficulty. If we have any weakness in our upper body, it becomes obvious with rings. Expect to shake, struggle, and question if calisthenics is easy after all. There's no half-assing rings. Instability demands honesty. Our body naturally uses a tempo in which it can control, and we must be mindful of what we're doing. I invite you to do a workout cycle using rings for all of your calisthenics exercises. Rings are a perfect way to resensitize your body. This means you're going to elicit a big stimulus to spark change. Do you remember when you were a beginner making those juicy newbie gains? Rings offer a novel way to invigorate the basics for all calisthenics levels. By working familiar exercises on rings, when returning to training on a bar or the floor, you're going to be armed with enhanced stabilizers. Remember, we can always throw on some extra weight and get busy. Do you want to build muscle and learn calisthenics? Fitness FAQs has the best workouts to challenge all levels from beginner to advanced. Shop Fitness FAQs now and transform your body. Calisthenics is inferior when it comes to leg day. Let's discuss. We spend our lives standing and walking, so it's no surprise we can handle bodyweight exercises with ease. Calisthenics squatting is conventionally done single leg to make things harder. Pistol squats are great for developing motor control of the lower limb. Another benefit of single leg is strengthening the hip stabilizers, which don't get stressed as much bilaterally. The problem with pistol squats is they get outgrown quite quickly. This complex movement pattern means balance is going to be the limiting factor, not muscular fatigue. Even if you make single leg harder with weights, the drawback of instability will still compromise your potential. Depending on your starting point, bodyweight squats are only a short-term option when compared to traditional lifting. Hack squats clearly show the superiority of weights. We have a stable exercise allowing us to safely and effectively train close to failure. The target muscle being quads is challenged without compromise. As we don't have to worry about balancing, our mind can focus on full range tempo squatting. I'll admit, I used to be a barbell squat purist, falsely believing that machines are for weaklings. Once I realized that machines have serious hypertrophy advantages, my legs blew up when I removed dogmatic thinking. Back extensions are a useful bodyweight exercise. Hinging movements target the posterior chain muscles, including the spinal erectors, glutes, and hamstrings. Training at different angles emphasizes different muscles and alters what part of the movement is difficult. Once again, bodyweight becomes too easy for most folks. At a certain point, we have to add weight if we don't want to be doing reps all day. Even still, back extensions are best served as an accessory exercise. Deadlift patterns exemplify the effectiveness of heavy compounds. The progression potential from an absolute load perspective is much greater. Moving heavy weights will stimulate the posterior chain like nothing else. The leg and lower back muscles are fatigue resistant, and we need serious stress in order to grow. Top-down deadlifts prioritize the posterior chain muscles eccentrically. The high time under tension is good stuff. You'll be hard-pressed to get the same unique leg day benefits from heavy compounds by simply doing calisthenics. With that said, calisthenics leg day is possible, but you need to get creative. Exercises involve plenty of mind-muscle connection and a masochistic desire for high rep training. It's best to be realistic with your muscle building expectations for bodyweight legs. Reserve any isolation work for after your key compounds as described earlier. It is nice knowing calisthenics substitutes which can be used for home workouts when you need them. Straight arm exercises debunk the beginner bodyweight myth. This style of bodyweight training is mentally and physically exhausting. The time under tension is constant and there's no reprieve from the beginning to the end of a set. The average person who starts progressive bodyweight training generally falls in love with the journey. Band assistance is a way to make the difficulty tolerable so that everyone can train and improve. Don't expect to learn advanced calisthenics fast simply because you're strong at lifting weights. This type of scapular strength at the shoulder must be developed through dedicated, specific training. Our tendons and muscles need to be conditioned slowly to withstand the serious stress at play. I highlight the difficulty of straight arm moves not to scare people away, rather to make sure that you're realistic with expectations. I believe that you can do these crazy feats of strength if you're consistent, plus understand that there's months and years of dedication required. The joy of overcoming gravity by mastering your bodyweight is one of the most gratifying feelings. The sense of self-confidence is unmatched when you progress an exercise which was previously impossible. Posture during calisthenics is a key way of managing intensity. Tuck shapes make it possible for us mere humans to get our reps in. This may not look as impressive to the outside eye, but it's a necessary step in the journey. Gradually extending the lever, aka our body, is the primary way to progressively overload bodyweight skills. After dedicating years to calisthenics, myself and others generally find bodyweight plenty challenging. Calisthenics strength exercises further debunk that bodyweight is for beginners myth. The learning curve is pretty steep and it provides proof bodyweight ain't easy. The skill component develops superior body awareness, which is unmatched with traditional training. The complexity of coordination, balance, and technique is where the challenge lies. Your brain and body will be stimulated like crazy as you battle against the difficult. Working on the isolated components, step by step, is the secret. Bodyweight is all about progression in order to unlock our dormant potential. Single arm training opens another gateway of gains. Many people are shocked at how much weaker their non-dominant side is with one arm training. Unilateral difficulty makes it possible to fatigue in low rep ranges and gain strength. To avoid cheating ourselves and making things too easy, we have to be mindful of our effort. Your goal is to use the assisting side minimally and the working side maximally. Signs of success include speed of movement slowing down on the final reps. The last few reps should be a struggle. You have to make them subjectively hard. Make sure to do an equal number of sets, reps, and volume on both arms to keep things simple. Expect your hard work to be rewarded with a reduction in asymmetry between sides. Many people report feeling stronger when returning to bilateral exercises as well. Training with only one arm is the end goal. Until we can rep out one arm exercise with ease, there's no room to disrespect the difficulty of calisthenics. What's another myth that really grinds your gears? Drop a comment and I'll bring my perspective next video. Thanks guys, see you soon on Fitness FAQs.